Welcome to the Divine Connection Podcast. I'm your host, Cristina Aroche, and together we are walking the path of discovering your true self and the alignment with your soul. Through these conversations, you will experience a deeper level of connection with yourself and the universe, and most importantly, you will trust in your spiritual journey ahead. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Divine Connection Podcast. Today, I am answering a question that was submitted from Selena. And so Selena says, how do I know which archangel helps me the most or at all? What should I be doing to get closer to them? Love this question. And I'm going to share some tips as a general guidance on how to know who's around, how to know how to connect with them, how to deepen that connection. And I'm also going to personally, Selena, answer your question specifically for you, which we'll start there. And the angel who's coming forward that is very, very close to you at this time is Angel Celeste. I also feel Archangel Gabriel kind of lingering around, like he's kind of like surrounding the energies, kind of behind you, but Angel Celeste is very, very, very close to you. And by the way, for anyone who's listening and hearing these angels, if it's your first time hearing any of these angels, sometimes Angel Celeste, people don't know her. I do have videos on YouTube that go through each and every single one of these angels and shares more information about them. So here we are. Angel Celeste, and she's the one who comes in to support us with pursuing our life's path, and pursuing our purpose, and making sure that we are following the path that is for our highest good and becoming more of who we are meant to be. So this is also focused on the becoming of your true self. And this is where I feel Archangel Gabriel comes in when it comes to our divine journey. Our path is really about being self-expressed and bringing through that divine expression in whatever way it desires to come through, how our soul wants to be expressed in this lifetime. And so Archangel Gabriel is supporting you to connect with that truth. And then Angel Celeste is the one who's like, this is the path. This is the journey. This is who you are. This is the awareness of the power that you hold. And so working with them, and the way that I know that these are the ones that are coming forward for you is because I see them stepping forward for you, is the way that I channel them. And the way that anyone can begin to connect and understand which angels are around them is by asking and by beginning to open up that communication space and then trusting that the information is going to come to you in different ways. For some people, it might be that they start to hear the name over and over and over and over again in their awareness, and they see it everywhere, and they start to notice, like, let's say, for example, with Archangel Michael, you might see Michael. You might meet a bunch of Michaels all of a sudden, and then you're like, wait a second, why is the name Michael surrounding me? Oh, Archangel Michael. Oh, okay. That's the answer to my question. That kind of a thing. So that's just an example of how that you can become aware of the angels that are around you. Another way is really about tuning into your heart and then feeling into what's the first name or the energy that really comes through for you. What are you immediately drawn towards? Or maybe you are reading about the archangels or watching videos about the archangels, and you just feel really drawn all of a sudden to Archangel Raphael, for example. And you just feel so connected. And you're like, oh my gosh, like his energy, his presence just feels so good. That's another sign that he's around you, that he's the one for you. So in this case, for Selena, with Angel Celeste and Archangel Gabriel, I highly suggest that you go and watch the videos that I have on YouTube about each of them. Begin to work with their energy, begin to feel their presence, and see that they are here with you, supporting you, guiding you. Now, when it comes to deepening your connection to the angels and becoming closer to them, the number one thing that I always say is being consistent with inviting them in and beginning to develop a relationship with them. This is why when it comes to working with the angels, I always recommend that we call on specific angels versus just all the archangels as a whole. There's nothing wrong with that. Like if you don't know which archangel to call on to support you, it's fine. Just, angels, God, universe, whatever, please support me. That's fine. The right archangel will come to you. However, if you desire to truly deepen your connection with the archangels and to know their presence and to know, like, oh, I know that this is the angel who's with me, then you have to develop the specific relationship with them. And the way that you develop a relationship with them is by consistently calling them in, practicing feeling their energy, feeling their presence around you. And, I like to relate this to just human relationships. Imagine you meet someone new, and whether it's romantic or a friendship, whatever, it doesn't matter. But when you meet someone new and you're like, oh, hey, I like to hang out with you. You're cool. What do you do to get to know each other and to get closer? You continue hanging out and you continue talking and you have conversations with that person and you get to know them and they get to know you. And so you start to form this bond with them over time because you consistently are hanging out and spending time together. So it's the same thing with the angels. In order for us to develop that relationship, we have to consistently be calling on them, feeling that we're in conversation with them or sharing our heart with them. And over time, it'll become more obvious and it'll feel like they are literally with you. And for a lot of people, it doesn't take much. It's just simply believing that they are with you, that they're holding space with you. And so I also recommend that you become familiar with the way in which you perceive energy the best, like the strongest way. So, for example, some people, if they close their eyes, they can start to immediately envision or feel the light of whatever archangel we're talking about specifically. So that might be your way. So in that case, you would close your eyes and begin to call on, for Selena specifically, Angel Celeste and Archangel Gabriel, and feel their energy and see their colors and see their presence around you. And that's a way to build that connection. For other people, they close their eyes, they're like, I don't see anything. That's fine. So that's not for you. What you would do for someone else who doesn't really resonate with the vision or closing your eyes is to feel and to begin to be in tune with your body. What are the sensations that you're feeling? What are the emotions that come up for you when you call on that specific archangel? And begin to associate that feeling with that archangel so that whenever you call on them, you begin to notice those sensations again. And that's how you're going to get to know them. For others, it might be you hear them. Maybe you start to hear their voice and start to hear their presence, and that's the way that you connect with them. So this is where it's important to become familiar with your way of perceiving energy, what has been your strongest way. And one of the ways that you can find that out is to see when you do a meditation or a guided meditation, how do you receive it? Are you visioning everything? Are you feeling everything? Do you just simply have a knowing that that's where you are, what you're doing, what's happening in the meditation? So this is about discovering your way and then using that to support you in your connection with the angels. And so essentially what you're going to do is you're going to pray to them, call on them, just thank them for being there with you. Thank you, Angel Celeste and Archangel Gabriel, for being with me today. Thank you for revealing your presence to me. Thank you for supporting me. And just it's like a thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. And just in connecting to the genuine gratitude in that statement. And then, like I said, there's also the prayer of guide me today. Show me what my next steps are. There's also the part where you can journal to them too, if you're a writer, like to journal and you like to connect in that way. So it's finding your method. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's simply about finding your method and then being consistent with it, consistently calling on them. It's the same thing. Think of it as a human relationship. If you stop calling your friend, they're going to be like, what's up? Like, why did you stop calling me? And then maybe you stop being friends because you just go your separate ways and you stop hanging out. And then it's like, you don't know them anymore. So it's very similar. So that's the main practice that I suggest to know the archangels that are around you and how to get closer to them. Now, the other thing, I have some tools, I have some resources, of course, that I want to share with you that can be also very helpful to support you. The first one is that I have a free meditation, a free download called Meet Your Angels. So, quite literally, I'm guiding you in this meditative process to meet your angels, to know who is around you, to receive messages from them. It's a really cool meditation. When you are in that frequency, it's almost like it opens you up to a whole different level, a whole different vibration to more easily receive that connection. So, go check out that free meditation. The link is in the show notes. So, Meet Your Angels, free guided meditation. That's resource number one. Resource number two is that I have an oracle card deck called the Archangel Oracle. It's right here. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can see it right here. And if you're listening to me on the podcast, you can go check it out on the website. The link is going to be in the show notes. But the Archangel Oracle is such a beautiful deck. It has 16 angel cards, including Angel Celeste. And the rest of the cards are message cards. So not only does it help you to connect with the angels themselves, but it also gives you divine messages. The other thing about the artwork here by Nina Catherine, such a beautiful, incredible artwork, is that it's energy activated, meaning that there's sacred geometry, it is channeled energy. And so if you connect, let's say you pull out the Angel Celeste card, the artwork there and the sacred geometry that's associated there will be very supportive for you to connect with her energy on a deeper level. And so I always talk about, I even wrote it in the guidebook that comes with the cards, that you can think of the cards almost like crystals. You know, we often talk about crystals and how you can hold a crystal and meditate with crystals and have crystals all around you. They hold this energy. It's the same thing with these cards. These cards hold energy. And so if you want to meditate with the Angel Celeste card, you can, and it's going to support you to be able to connect with that energy. And of course, doing that with any of the Archangel cards. So if you want to order your personal copy of the deck, you can do so. The link is going to be in the show notes. And so then lastly, the other resource that I have that's available to you is called the Angels Guild. This is a subscription-based community. It's a membership where every single month I am releasing different meditations and videos and ways to connect with the angels. The Angels Guild subscription is all about deepening your connection to the angels through the different tools, the methods, the different healings and meditations specifically as well. So if meditation is your thing and you are in this place of wanting to energetically raise your vibration, this is going to be the place for you. And again, all of the details can be found in the show notes. It's called the Angels Guild, and I'm so excited to be bringing this to you. So go check it out. I highly recommend it. That is it for today. So I want to hear from you in the comments if you're watching me on YouTube, or you can DM me if you're listening on the podcast. Let me know what has been your biggest takeaway. Let me know how you love to connect with the angels. Let me know what comes up for you from this episode. I would love to hear it. And if you would like to submit your own question to the podcast, you can always do so. Pretty much anything goes. You can ask for advice. I love those questions that ask for advice. What do I do in this certain situation? Or what do I do in this way? I'm happy to support you and to guide you. So ask those questions. You can ask about spiritual topics, conversations, whatever it is, you can submit your questions. So the info for that is again in the show notes. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. As always, I am sending you so much love and angel blessings, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And if you want to learn more about the Divine Connection podcast, you can go to CristinaAroche.com/podcast and learn about how you can be featured on the show.